Welcome back, everybody, to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 88 live. This is Trent, my co-host,
Basil.
And we are here to talk about a bunch of shit, man. AAW Alive, AEW on-site recaps.
We're back to the Backstage Boys feel.
I was thinking, I put that in the description of the video, Basil. It's starting to feel like old school Backstage Boys podcast where we're actually talking about show recaps now. Like, we're getting somewhere with this. This feels real again. I'm looking at the AAW calendar. There's a full year of shows scheduled. I'm like, this is weird. I don't know what this feels like anymore. I'm literally blocking off dates on my calendar like, oh, I can't make this event, Grandma, your birthday, because I'll be working. No, it's crazy. I was like, holy shit, this is like, it's great. It felt, and it just feels good. It just feels good to be back doing this, and I'm psyched. So yeah, guys, we're gonna talk Alive. We did the Alive tapings, which was a 3-block set last week or week before last, and we're gonna talk about that. Basil's on site at AEW, bunch of stuff going on. So, Basil, what's going on? What's
not a whole lot. I mean, we had. I had AEW tapings last week, which are always fantastic. It was
4 days, right? You're there for
3
days.
Yeah. So we get in Tuesday. We're done by Thursday. Mm-hmm. We leave Friday. Depending on some of the staff, they were there Friday because we had the House Always Wins house show that happened.
What's that now? What was that?
It was just a house show that we had that week. I mean, there wasn't too much for Mania weekend going on. There was no like access or anything, so it's just like, you know what? Let's do a show. I mean, that's just. I mean, I think that's just their opinion. I don't know. But it was
an AEW show. That was an AEW show.
Yeah, it was an AEW show. It was at Daly's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it was interesting. Okay, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, it was the first house show that they've ever had.
Really? Were there fans there or no?
Yeah, there were fans. I mean, I don't know why you would have a house show without fans.
No, I mean, I don't know. In today's world,
it wasn't taped or anything like that. I mean, it might be released later. I don't know. I can't speak on that.
At this point, give it away, right? Put it on tape, put it on YouTube, give it away for free or something.
They might. They certainly might. I don't know. It might just be in the vault forever. Who knows?
Interesting.
But yeah, it was good. It was a solid week. A lot of fun shows.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Bucks and Kenny reuniting with Good Brothers and Don Callis. So that was a big thing that's happened. There's a lot of good stuff coming up for next week. Chris Statlander makes her in-ring return after being injured with the torn ACL. Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin for the TNT title in a Falls Count Anywheres match, which should be wild. And then the only other thing I have to add really is watch Dark, Elevation, and Dark. There's a lot of good matches, especially today. There were some bangers on there.
Really? Hey, is my connection good, by the way?
Your connection is kind of
choppy.
You're kind of choppy there. I'm trying to watch you on the Twitch stream as well.
Yeah, let me connect on a different way. If you keep talking, let me.
I'm gonna keep talking.
You
guys.
keep talking. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep talking. So I'm gonna make sure we get this going here. I see Matt Spain in the comments. How you doing, buddy?
Matt Spain.
COVID. He's saying COVID is feeling like it's ending. I had a full classroom that felt so weird. Yeah, I mean, we're getting crowds back. I mean, we had 25,000 fans in attendance for both days at Mania.
That's crazy.
I mean, there was a lot of indie shows that happened this Mania weekend with crowds and like open spaces and socially distant, and there was a lot of good things going on that's starting to make everything feel like normal. Once this vaccine is being pushed out more, after a few weeks with everybody's immune system getting caught up with the vaccine and everybody getting their second doses in or their first if you're with Johnson & Johnson and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's a good time to, and your connection's better.
Yeah. There's an indicator. I didn't know this, by the way, StreamYard. It's in the corner of our little screen here that'll tell me if my connection was bad. I just learned something today, so go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, then that was it. I mean, it was just a very good. It was a very good. It was a very good week that we had. I'm just like I said, it's great to be part of a team. It's great to get feedback. It's
Yeah.
been. It's just it's refreshing. It's pushing me to learn, in ways I didn't really think about before.
Just being part
So
of the creative process in general again is an interesting feeling, you know?
yeah, I mean, and then I mean, the week before you had AAW Alive tapings. You had a few sets of tapings with matches being released. You guys had the live show. I mean, how did that
Yeah.
feel?
Dude, so we taped 3 episodes of Alive. It's going to be Alive 4, 5, and 6. Technically, if you count the first 3 that happened last year. So episodes 4, 5, and 6, taped them all in one day, which in and of itself is interesting because it was taped TV style. It's TV style tapings, which we normally was not a normal thing for us. Do you remember when AAW did that years back? Like when they had the TV show on that Maddie G TV. Do you remember this?
That was, oh my God, Maddie GT.
Do you remember that? Like that was way back
It
in
was
the
like
day.
10 plus years ago,
At
maybe.
least 10 years ago. At
It was a
least 10
long
years
time
ago.
ago. Like,
And
see that, like that style of just of just a bunch of tapings. That's just so. I'm just used to that now. Like that's the only thing I know.
and that you're doing that at Impact, AEW. We haven't done that ever. We're a live company, right? So I was like, oh, with me at least. So I was like, man, this is weird. So total different ball game. Obviously you have your matches night 1, 2, and 3, or show 1, 2, and 3 for the night. But the trick for a producer like myself and Keith was keeping track of all the promos. We have our promo list, we have our storylines. That in and of itself is an art to keep that a track of that. Because like there's certain little things you have to be conscious of. When the guy's cutting a promo that's gonna air, he's cutting it today, but it's gonna air next week. But if he says in the promo, like, tonight you beat me, blah blah blah, it's like, no. You're supposed to say last week you beat me. You know what I mean? Like you have to think about those things.
It's a lot of little details.
So many, dude.
I mean, even back at Impact when we were doing the bulk tapings, you have people who were wrestling 3 hours ago, and then later that day, last week, not even a different day.
I know that's the thing. It's like you have to be so conscious of that. That little aspect is like game changer shit. You're like, damn. Like I never, because you're thinking all tonight. You're thinking just of the night stuff, and then man, but it was such a rush, man. Because so there's production talk, right? You know this, especially working different indies, building to building, how much things vary, right?
Dude, the building with an indie show completely will change the vibe.
Not every building could be Bourbon Street. We know that. That's the thing.
Bourbon Street is the creme de la creme of when it comes to crowds for buildings. Like
or production. When it comes to
production, dude, because they have the lighting rig already set up. Like it's not, because you got to remember when we're at Logan is like a wedding. That's like a wedding hall type thing or a concert hall. So everything is pushed towards the back lighting wise. We don't have like, that's not set up above the ring properly, like how it is closer at for the stage, because we have the ring all the way pushed up at the stage at Bourbon Street.
Right.
So there's a lot of little aspects, and then Gali is just a completely different animal on its own.
That venue is tough, man.
It's not a production venue. It's a gym.
It's a convention center, basically.
It's a gym, convention center, flea market, mall, like Frankenstein baby.
It's like, dude, see, okay, for context, for terms of production or context, a building like Bourbon Street, which for anybody who may not know, is a multifaceted entertainment complex. Right?
I love how you just completely oversold that by about $10 million.
Dude, are you kidding me? That place, for anybody who doesn't know, you walk into Bourbon Street, first thing you see to your left is a full concert stage with bar.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gali.
No, I'm talking Bourbon.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Gali was this entertainment.
I'm giving like, oh yeah, got it. I'm giving like context. Bourbon, full concert stage, lighting rigs, concert to the hilt stage. You look to the right, full restaurant. You walk to the back, you have a banquet hall and banquet dining area. Upstairs is a fancy banquet dining area. You walk further back as a country western room. You loop around to the right of that is the another big ass concert hall with full bar and food, but that's the wrestling room. That's where AAW runs.
And I've partied many a times in
Oh,
those
dude.
random
Other rooms.
growing up, going to Bourbon Street, and this is not
The
even
best.
with wrestling. It was just you can literally have a hip hop room, and then 3 rooms over there's a country room,
Oh,
and then you have the beer gardens where everyone's just chilling.
So we're going like this. So then, yeah, as you loop around, there's the dance room.
Yeah,
Then there's the beer garden.
I love the beer
outdoor-
garden
The
so
outdoor
much.
aspect, and then the indoor bar that the beer garden has for itself, and then you're looped around. This place is ridiculous.
It's
And then
so
and then the
good.
alley. Let's even talk about the alley, Basil. How much shit gets filmed in the alley of the Bourbon Street?
Remember when
Outside.
I was like this is before I was doing promos, but I would do like random portraits out in that alley.
Dude, what a great place.
It
I
was
love
just
that venue.
there was just it was, and then remember when me and Jimmy Jacobs we walked like 2 blocks down,
Oh, you filmed in front of that house?
and we found a house and nobody was there. Like we went up to the house, made sure nobody was home,
Yeah.
so nobody would walk out. And then we filmed this Jimmy Jacobs promo. It was me, Dr. Keith, and Jimmy Jacobs. So we go
Yeah.
up to this. We go up like 2 blocks.
Right.
Found this house that's perfect with steps.
Yeah.
And I did it all freehand. I had no gimbal at the time, no monopod. Like this is like 8 months into me doing all of this shit.
I remember asking him, I'm like, whose house is that? I'm like, is that Jimmy's house?
We didn't know whose house it was.
You're like, dude, that's a block away from the venue. I'm like, wait, what? Like, where did you film this? I thought you filmed it. I thought Jimmy filmed it at home or something. I'm like,
No,
who the fuck
we
filmed
made it
this?
seem like because there was an
Yeah.
angle. There was an angle from the month before where we made it seem like Jimmy quit. Oh,
Man, bad shit going on.
why are people? We're in the suburbs, boys.
That's
What are
what
you
all-
do? What are you doing with your
That's what they
street
rate.
racing on the freaking expressway?
Interesting.
But yeah, we were the whole thing was. I think he was. I don't remember who he was feuding with.
Jimmy at the time? Man, who was that feud with? Now I'm curious, right?
ACH or man. Now I need to find it. I'm gonna
It's
find
on
it.
YouTube. We put that.
I know
on
that one. That's actually where straight to where I'm going.
YouTube. Oh, man.
And
But I remember when you played it off like he was at home. What was the storyline? He was at home.
we
or
played it off that
something?
we played it off that he was at home.
We're giving all the secrets away here, but
Whatever, dude. It doesn't matter because he showed up. He showed up that day.
yeah, because that was the story, right? The story
That was the swerve.
that he stayed home. He's not coming back. He's not coming to the show.
Yeah.
That was the story.
Oh, I don't think it's on YouTube.
It has to be on YouTube. We hosted that bitch on YouTube. There's no way it's
Dude,
down.
there's so many Jimmy Jacobs promos that I filmed that are on here.
Or just in
love it.
general, like his 12
Oh, dude,
or
he has
20
he has
years at
so,
AAW.
He has
almost.
so much, dude. I just remember, like, I know we're going down like memory lane here,
Yeah.
but man, when it was just you and I, and then we just had the one camera, and
Dude. Dude, LaSalle for sure. The LaSalle shows to me was when we that's when it all started to me, man. Like we were like asking for people for post-match promos like immediately out of the ring, and they're like, "What? Right now?" And we're like, yeah, motherfucker, this is fucking reaction style. And they're like, and I remember Paco being like shocked that he needed to like cut a promo. Then that little like that dungeon basement, he's like, "Oh shit, I don't know what to say." I'm Paco, and I'll whoop your ass today. Come on, man, give me a little convincing here. No,
man,
fun
I
shit.
can't find this promo.
Damn, it's on there somewhere. But
I'm 3 years in right now on these promos, and I'm trying to. Yeah,
What?
no, because this is they showed my first video, so
while we're looking, while you're looking at that, but so here's what we're getting at. So Bourbon Street. So for those who might use that as context, it's where they did Impact's All Glory, Ring of Honor did the Mike Bennett Bachelor Party there, the Night of Hoopla. I don't think any other shows from them, but it's a great venue. Bottom line, it's AAW's venue. That not only does it have a perfect setup for production where you can just put stuff everywhere and light rigs and you can get, but it has access points. That the key, right, Basil, is the access points of
so many.
I can go out this door and end up in the locker room and come back through and be backstage and come back through. You can leave one door here. It's like a sitcom. I can leave through this door and then end up coming down the aisle. It's like the craziest place. So golly, where Alive was filmed is like one door to come in, and if you're not at that door, like it's one way in, one way out, and that's it. But the problem is the ring is in the middle, hard cam shooting the entranceway, you're stuck, and you got to shoot promos and shit. It was like such a tight spot. We have a promo room set up way down on the other side of the building, so you're going back and forth, getting talent, bringing them to the promo room. See, like your options are limited. And that's the thing. Immediately your legs are cut off because you have one access point to run in and out and get talent and get stuff. You also have one place to film promos only, backdrop film promos. And Basil, as we did it in LaSalle, as we did it at Bourbon so many times, when Rob was filming, when you were filming, the beauty is filming different things like backdrops, like, this guy's sitting at the table, this guy's in the alley, this guy's on the backdrop, this guy's by the ring, this guy's in the gorilla. It's cool. You add more to it.
So I couldn't find it on YouTube, but God bless the old trusty Google Drive.
Oh, you have it?
I have it.
Air it. Put it on.
Hold on.
Put this on.
It's only a minute. It's only a minute 20.
I haven't seen this since we did it. It's a long time. This is what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I have not seen this in years.
Okay. I will tell you when to put it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right, here we go. Infamous.
There we go. Okay. So
here it is.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God. I haven't seen this in years. Oh, you have to hit the share audio button. Oh, it's on.
Oh, wait, hold on. Well, I have to go back to the StreamYard and
here, let me remove that. Yeah. Hit the share audio button. This was classic.
Share screen, share audio.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Hold on.
After the last show, Danny Daniels and I finally had a long talk. He finally picked up the phone. We made an agreement. We made a compromise. I wouldn't show up to the show tonight, but he would let me say a few words. If last time sounded like bitter feelings, you got it all wrong. If last time when I talked it sounded like AAW's the bad guys, you got it all wrong. See, AAW's the bad guys. Danny Daniels is a friend of mine. He's a businessman. And business is about supply and demand. And all you fans just demand the flippy guys. You demand the Byron Reeds and the Zachary Wentzes. I guess I can't be the draw like Sammy Callahan. But what I am,
Sammy,
is a genius. I am a bona fide genius, and you can't see that. There's a reason everything I touch turns to gold, from Seth Rollins to Dean Ambrose to the list to Jericho to... Wasn't Kevin Owens Universal Champion when I was around? What happened to him now?
That's a great point.
Everything I touch turns to gold. I am a kingmaker. Just remember, this is the house that Jimmy Jacobs built.
He didn't build that house.
Wait a minute. So, ironically, the irony of him saying this is the house that Jimmy Jacobs built as he sits in front of somebody else's house. That's the best part. That to me is the best part of it all.
It's the best.
Jimmy J. What a good promo, though.
Dude, that was some good times, man.
Oh, I miss but see, that's the options you have. So
that's exactly.
Golly Arena, I'm limited, man. I had one place to do everything, and it's like, man, it cuts you off creative. So now you have to get creative, right? You have limited options, backdrops. You still tell a story. You got to build characters. We had Bravo coming in. We had Jake Chris was back. Ren Jones, who by the way is the shit, man. Ren Jones is a star coming up. But like, I'm doing Ren Jones's. Me and Keith are doing Ren Jones's debut, and I'm like, this has to mean something. This guy is a star. He's like, if you had people listening, Ren Jones, this guy is gonna be a star. There's no question about it. This guy looks like $1 million, and it's like, how do you, with limited options, how do you make his debut promo mean something big, right?
Yeah.
So just getting creative. Fred Yehi's promo, which is all story, which is all in the mind of character building. Rob's magic when he's been doing that stuff. Rob Malinowski is our videographer. The Rob video magic. It's like my backdrop's limited now. What do I deliver to Rob that's going to be creative? Thankfully, we came up with something. It aired on the show. If you guys didn't see it, it's Fred in the mirror and everything. But like, we're able to do something, and Rob liked it. He's like, "Cool, I can work with this." But it's like, again, you have to. You have minutes to think at that point. This is all I got. How do I make this mean something? And dude, I'm telling you, it was so it was so interesting. The thrill of it is kind of that though, right? Like a little bit of the thrill is like, I gotta make this work. So the fun is kind of figuring it out. And Keith and I were on fire. I mean, Keith, I learned so much from Keith. Keith was a producer. People don't know Keith Lipinski was a producer on Wrestling Society X, and which he often overlooked, Basil, that Keith was a producer on Wrestling Society X.
Wild.
Isn't that crazy to think? Like, he was in California taping with MTV, producing for Wrestling Society X.
It's crazy because he talks about it all the time, and it's just like, it's just weird that we've been around these people who've done like so much.
Yeah.
And it just like, it doesn't always hit you. And I kind of had a little bit of time to slow down with that and talk with Kaz and Billy and Christian.
Yeah.
And it was just like I wasn't trying to make them feel old, but I was like, damn, I grew up like idolizing you guys, man. Like,
that's a trip, man.
Like, and especially with Kazari, like with Frankie and CD, because they have this storyline going on. It's like, if they lose a match, like, that's it, they're done as a team.
Oh, really?
And so they've been on Dark and Dark Elevation all these weeks, and it's been just fantastic. I'm shooting potentially their last run.
I know, isn't that trippy?
And yeah. I'm just like
you're there on site for the last run.
Like, I'm giving this proof to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to hold that type of responsibility. But
So
it all
trippy, man.
starts at this indie level that you guys are trying to produce at a professional level. And that's what AAW has consistently done, I feel like, especially ever since there was the team of yourself, Mike, myself, Rob, Brian. Like,
that was a new level.
In every aspect we care about visually, with graphics, we cared about that with the poster matchups.
Yeah.
We cared about that with how we were doing these video packages that we've never done before. And then we're airing them before the matches because, I mean, we know it's indie. Not everybody's at these shows all the time. So it was good to give this new thing, especially when you're on a live Twitch show. You get to have that little pause for the live crowd, but it's in a good way. And when we had the video screen up at Logan, it was just fantastic.
I wanted that to deliver so bad.
Yeah, it was just fantastic to be able to deliver that to the crowd, to give them almost like a TV-like experience. Mm-hmm. And that's something that AAW always did really well. And I feel like they excelled in that regard better than others, because anybody can do social media. That's a standard. You put all your content on social media, but to give that to the live crowd, make it feel like they're not at an indie show.
It's a show.
That's the magic.
The idea is it's a show. At the end of the day, you're bringing people. You gotta give them a show, and that was so. You mentioned the video screen. Like, we didn't have the video screen up, and we filmed a ton of promos, and it's like, damn, that is such a big part of the company. We were limited by the building, we had no video screens. It's like, shit, how do you engage people in between? So just thinking of ideas, man, taking the tape back, learning from it, lighting. I mean, one thing you and I were texting about at the show, you were like, dude, lighting, like, bro, immediately.
If lighting is bad on video,
Imagine what it's like on photo in person, you know?
Because like the reason why I say that, just to explain for everybody watching. So when you're recording a video, you have your shutter speed at, let's just say, 1/50th of a second. So every 50th of a second, that shutter comes down, and you see what I'm doing right here.
Yeah.
How it's
wow.
with the light. It's blocking the light. That's all it's doing. Now, if you're doing it this fast at 1/500th, 1/600th, 1/800th, 1/1000th, it's that much faster, and it's that much less light that gets to come into that sensor. So when you're shooting faster, you have to put a bunch of artificial light, or you have to have an external flash or something to compensate for that. That's very hard in that building to not be distracting with the lighting that was set up.
Have you shot that building? Have you done Gali shows?
Yeah. I've done Gali. I've done a few Galis in there.
It's tough, man.
It's a tough building.
Even for like the production, like you guys running around, for you to like go from ringside to the back, it's a pain in the balls, man. Like it is a tough,
because you either have to wrap around back behind
all the way through
where
the
hard camera was set up, and then you run back through the other curtains
and then back up the way,
or you go up the stage, and that's a really awkward, because like the steps on those places are really and that place is really weird.
Dude, I was like, someone's gonna fall off these steps tonight. I was like, someone's gonna come out for an entrance, like, whoop. They're like this big, dude. I'm like, this place is not. It's so odd, right? I'm like, son of a bitch, we got to do so much to like, and you saw it. We had this, like the light. I mean, that's one thing. Like, man, we just gotta throw the AAW shine on that light, because it is not what they're okay with at that venue normally is not our standard.
No, I mean, an AAW brings a different standard. There's certain places that bring that standard, and I feel like
keep it. Yeah,
I feel like there's like, I mean, Chicago is such a high standard to begin with. You have AAW always tries to bring the best with that. Freelance, which has they have a whole lighting team.
What's his name?
Thomas.
Tom, yeah.
Tom has a whole lighting team that he does, and they have the rigs and all that set up.
He bought a bunch of new shit, by the way. Did you see that?
Dude, I'm excited.
He messages me every time he gets like a new piece. He's like, check this out. I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, you're legit about this.
I mean, Warrior Wrestling, they have this. They always do these huge, gigantic setups, and it's just been getting bigger and better. Especially with the Stadium Series, it was all out.
Which Tom does too, right? He does a Warrior as well, right?
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's on and off. And then Zello's at Turner Hall,
which is a built-in,
which is a fantastic building. Which is some of the best. This is the best building ever, in my opinion.
I love Turner
for
Hall,
indie wrestling.
Milwaukee, for anybody that doesn't know.
There's not a building in this country that brings everything to the table that Turner Hall does. You have ambiance, the crowd, how it's set up, the noise in that building, because if you have 2 levels of fans, it's just loud.
Dude, Turner Hall is a magic building.
And the lighting in there is just perfect.
Everything except for their ticket,
their fees. It's expensive to have all that nice stuff.
It's like, hey, can I get a front row ticket? Cool, that's $30 or $50. Okay, and let's see, we got a historic building fee, we got a breathing fee, we have a Milwaukee tax, we have a seat fee, we have a seeing fee. Do you have both eyes? They have my favorite is the historical building fee. I was like, you fuckers, just because your building's old? Yeah. And then it's like, oh, you have both eyes. Okay, it's a seeing fee. And then we also have here's the best fee is the printing fee, even if you don't get them printed, because they consider emailing it to you a print. The print out. I was like, they charged me $3. I remember I went for Ring of Honor. I had a digital ticket, and it was a $3 printing fee. I'm like, no, I have a digital ticket. I'm like, why did I get $3? Well, it's all wrapped into the fees. I'm like,
amazing.
Who the fuck just accepts that fee? Like, printing fee. I didn't actually get a printed ticket. You're supposed to waive that fee if I say digital, dude. A $50 ticket at front row ticket at Turner Hall is $72. $2 at the end of the day.
Disgusting.
That
Disgusting.
enough to turn you away. I go, fuck this, man. No, absolutely not. I said absolutely not. And ever since that one time, every time I went to Turner Hall, I bought it off somebody who was scalping them or selling them on a group. I said, I'll give you face. That's it. I'm not paying any fees. Face only for this shit. What a disaster. I don't know how Zello does it, but that's another story. But no. So from a production standpoint, for anybody who's interested in like, this is what we talk about in indie wrestling, right? You have to be so ready to adapt by building. So like when people have residences at like for example, Basil, you had dailies, right? That's their building. It's set. You guys know the positions of everything, doors, lighting, the way the sun's gonna set. I mean, you have it down. It's easy to work around once you have a system in a building.
Mark was saying he bought $60 seats that ended up being $120 each.
That's ridiculous. Where
was this at? Was that at Turner, Mark?
Can't be. Mark's
there's no way.
That's nuts. If he did.
Because Mark, you're not from Midwest, are you?
He's coming though. He's coming for Stadium Series.
Is he? Dude, I'm so mad. I will not be at the Stadium Series.
Are you serious?
Because we have AEW tapings.
Oh, no. Okay, Mark's driving in for that one.
I was so like because Brian Cage comes up to me and he goes, "So you hear about Warrior?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Do it in Brian Cage voice.
The Warrior. Hey Basil, did you hear about Warrior Wrestling? And we can't go because we have AEW tapings down here in dailies, and then it's like we can't go, and like we've been at every single show. So how is there gonna be Warrior Wrestling without you taking pictures and me being the
hungry, carbs.
He got mad he saw me eating cookies the other day, and he was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I was like, "They're cookies." He's like, "They're mine." I was like, "Brian, there's 4 fucking boxes. Leave me alone."
Unbelievable. Seeing that son of a bitch eat in person is another. Oof. I'll never forget, dude. At Warrior, this guy, first he downs an entire deep dish to himself. That's one thing. He's sitting there with a deep dish, and then this motherfucker pulls out a travel case of prepped food, and he busts it out, and it's like this zip case.
Yeah, it's a 6-pack bag,
and it's got like the compartments of pre-made. I'm like, man, this is how you look like Brian.
The best thing I ever saw. I pick up Brian from the airport, and then this is we're on our way to Warrior, and then we get heat from Warrior because Warrior didn't know that me and Brian were like kind of doing our own thing.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Basil, do you know where Brian's at?" I was like, "Yeah, he's in the car next to me." "You didn't tell us he wasn't going to be on the shuttle."
Oh, the shuttle, yeah.
This man takes out a thing of Tupperware, giant ass thing of Tupperware, takes a fork, plops it, picks up an entire 16-ounce steak, and it's just
in your car.
This is Brian in my car, just eating. I was like, Brian, I'm like, you're fucking insane.
Wow. Yeah, that's an interesting visual. I gotta say,
Dan.
But no. So that's Warrior. Yeah. So the Turner Hall, a bitch. But with fees. I mean, but golly, dude. So yeah, we had to be creative. But anyway, just talking about the shows real quick. Let me just mention this. So we taped 3, 4, and 5. 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5 have aired already. We went on WrestleMania one day. We did early in the afternoon. We ended up kind of going half opposite of Hardcore Justice, which was interesting because I had Hardcore Justice on my TV. I had AAW Alive on my computer screen. I'm tweeting live photo results on my phone while keeping track of Hardcore Justice. I'm doing a post show on TNI for that. I'm like, for that half hour, it was chaos in this room.
You're like, both of my loves are competing against each other.
I was like, why did we just go? We couldn't spare an extra half hour here? Like, why did we do this? But no, but it was really cool. I mean, the response has been really good, which I'm so proud of. we got a review on Voices of Wrestling, which is very renowned, just wrestling review
That's
website.
with CSG. Chris, that's with my I remember Chris. Me and Chris back in the day.
Who was that?
Old
Chris who?
Chris, what was his last name? I'll pull it up really quick.
They gave us an incredible review, though.
Yeah,
was like,
it's oh man, I'm trying to remember now. I'm trying to remember the.
But anyway, while you're looking that up, they gave us such a favorable review just about that was focused around our level of production, and to a producer,
It's Chris G. Tong. Sorry.
Okay.
Chris G. Tong. He's I've been friends with him for years.
Some friend didn't know his name.
Dude, he changed. I'm so used to calling him CGT
CGT
or like CST. That. We would call him, and so we never because he had such a long name. It's Chris G. Shong Tong.
Chris G. Shong Tong.
Yeah, bro.
That's sounds exotic. But they were so complimentary of the quality and production of the show. And I was like, man, that's the one thing as a producer, that's what you want to hear. And they give, and the show itself too, great response. It made me really happy to see that. And the show went off great. I mean, it was great to see all the talent. Bravo was there. Johnny Bravo debuted. Yeah, GM Miller debuted. God, so many debuts though. We had a lot of debuts come up. It was just great to be around the energy again. We were able to at least keep it. We got our capacity limit. We met our capacity limit. We had everybody at mats. We followed all the guidelines and everything went off without a hitch, especially when it came to that. Checks, temperature checks, sold a bunch of merch. Like it felt real again. It felt nice to collab with people and meet new wrestlers who are eager. My favorite thing, though, I got to say, you always love this at AEW with Dark and everything. The new wrestlers, like the ones who are like willing to listen, learn, and absorb, as Hakeem would say.
Yeah.
Oh my, they're my favorite because they're so willing to listen and learn, and you're like, man, I can just mold you into what I want right now. Not to say like guys like Mance is amazing. Mance Warner, as amazing as he is, will always, if I need 12 takes, he'll do 13 just to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like there's people like Mance, then there's other people who I'm not going to name who are just complete shitheads who are like don't want to take any advice and think their shit don't stink. And I'm like, well, your shit clearly stinks. So, but the new talent.
There's a lot of egos that you have to deal with that think I don't have to do this and that. It's like, well, if you want to go to TV, be prepared to do that 6 times.
So, man, exactly.
Be prepared to take photos all the time.
Just like be open to it, though. You know, what's the harm?
It's your image. It's like this is free promotion for you. Like you signed up for this.
And on top of that, it's like, what the hell's the harm? You're getting practice. You're getting reps.
It's just laziness. That's all it is.
It is laziness. It's laziness, and it's a lack of confidence, I think, in their part.
Huge lack of confidence. It's they don't work on it. Like indie wrestling is very narrow-minded of it's just the wrestling, but the ones who get signed, who get signed are the ones who bring something different to a table, whether it's a gimmick, a promo. Like we've seen wrestlers who are brand new get scooped up because they have that it factor and they do that little bit extra, that 1% extra.
That's what it comes down to, man. Doing that little extra, being willing to go the extra mile, willing to learn and try something new. That's promoters see all this, man. And that's what I keep trying to like emphasize. Every promoter sees this shit, you know?
They really do.
They see everything you're doing. They see how you react, how you treat their producers. When their producer says, one more take. You know, if you're reacting like you don't need to do it, well, fuck it. You don't need to be on the next show. Like also, you know, it's as simple as that. And that's tough as a producer. Like it gets awkward sometimes when a talent doesn't want to take direction, and you're like, I'm here to try to get you over. Honestly, my job is to get you over, and you're giving me a hard time. You know what I mean? So you're like, you also be like, well, fuck you then. Like you don't want to learn. Like, fuck off.
Mark made a good mention. Danhausen.
Yeah.
dude.
We had him once. I didn't get to work with him the one time we had.
No, it was just one time. There wasn't any promos or anything like that with him.
He filmed his own promo though. Remember that?
He did.
Sent
He
his
filmed
own
a
in.
fantastic. He filmed a fantastic promo, but like, he got himself so over that ROH couldn't like deny it, and
That's
he
true.
got picked up by ROH, and now he's pushing out so much merch. It's insane how much merch he pushes out. I mean,
Tons of
it's
merch.
funny because I'm wearing a Danhausen. I'm wearing the first. This is the first Danhausen shirt.
Is it really?
Yeah. This one.
1990. He's a child.
He's 2 years younger than me.
He's a child.
He's a child. But yeah, dude, like, there's something about, there's certain people. MJF comes to mind. Mance Warner comes to mind. Like
Manser, MJF,
ACH. I mean, if we're gonna go back super old school, we're gonna talk about the Jimmy Jacobs. We're gonna talk about Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli. I mean, there's the list goes on of these people that are just they bring that little bit extra, and it's this hunger that I feel like a lot of these newer people lost because bookings were just so abundant.
Yeah. And they got lazy. They rested on their laurels, and you're like, no, man. You look at a guy. I'm gonna use Mance because he's a great example of a guy who worked throughout the pandemic. Like I don't think Mance ever stopped, other than the 2-week lockdown.
No,
because there were rebel groups running, limited shows in states that were allowing it. Like GCW comes to mind. He didn't stop, but that's a guy who, number one, takes all the advice you give him, but secondly, constantly tries to push the limit on what he's doing, and constantly build that brand of Mance Warner more and more, invest people into it. It's like, dude, it really comes down to how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to work for it? Because we've seen the best, and then you see the worst at it too. It's interesting to me, man. It blows my mind on people who don't put the time in. Like, it's your brand. You're gonna make what you make of it. We're here to give you a stage, but if you don't want to take it, man, fuck off, man. I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't matter to me. So, but no, it was a great set. I'm excited for Alive 6 is going to air this Saturday at I believe 6 p.m. That'll be this Saturday, so keep an eye for that. Which sucks. I'll be out of town. That'll be Rob's wedding.
Look at that.
So the AAW crew will be at Rob's wedding while Alive is airing. That's yeah. Come to think of it, it's like, shit, we won't be on for that. But Brian will be handling it to the TNI listeners who are in the chat. Skull17 on Twitch. He'll be handling all the live interaction, which he did. I will say, he did a very good job on.
He was doing. He did. Brian did a fantastic job with all of that, and I think it would be good maybe in a few weeks we bring him on, because we do have a guest set up for next week.
Yep.
So I think in a few weeks we should bring him on, and we can probably do something with that.
Good idea. Ask about how Twitch plays into this now. Maybe.
Exactly.
That's a good call. But no, he did great. But yeah, we will. So anybody who's watching it on Saturday, give us a recap, because it won't be around. Like, we're all going to be at Rob's wedding.
I don't know what happened, man. I just taped it.
Shit. I gotta figure out how to tweet those photos out now. Man, I gotta do a Basil special. I gotta line them all up. Just get them all ready. Load them all. Dude. Put them all in the holster. Just pop.
You just gotta line them up, and what you gotta do is have because Twitch and the iPhone, which you'll appreciate, you can have it muted, you can have Twitch picture in picture. Yes, have that on the table. You can mute it. Just pay attention to the feed a little bit.
That's
right.
And
then you can post the pictures live as the show is going on.
This fucker's gonna be giving his dues, and I'll be like, yeah, God damn it, Manser, like, son of a bitch,
son of a bitch, brother.
I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, it was a great time. It's great to be back. Full show calendar for the year, and now we can build some stories. Now we can get to work. I'm like, yeah, now I can I got my roster. Danny's got his roster. We know where we're going with these people. And now you can come up with shit. You meet up, you start thinking, okay, we're going to take, Sky Blue, for example, who was on Dark tonight, I believe, right? She did
Sky Blue,
yeah. How'd she do?
She did fantastic. She was up against Britt Baker.
It's a big spot for her.
Britt Baker is a huge fan favorite in the terms of like the cool heel side. Like people, especially after the Thunder Rosa match at St. Patrick's Day Slam.
Oh yeah.
It was just a lot of respect because I mean she had some color. She had some, I mean that's understating it, but she had some color. And,
Mark loved that match. Mark was bananas over that one.
Dude, I remember telling you, I was just like, bro, please watch this match. Like, there's very few times where I'll tell Trent like, hey, watch a match. Like, I won't say watch a whole show because I know he won't. but he knows if I say watch this match, like I mean it's a good match because I don't recommend matches all the time.
I still haven't seen it, to be honest.
You're a horrible person. It's for someone who appreciates storytelling as much as you do.
I'll watch it. Where can I find it?
I'll find it for you.
All right.
I will find it for you. I know he won't.
Mark says Mark tried to.
Trust me, man. Like I am trying to show him. I'm not saying you have to digest the whole show.
No, I know.
But I really feel like you should give the match itself a chance. I mean, I know you're a big Thunder Rosa fan.
I do like Thunder Rosa.
It was the perfect good versus evil. It just worked out so well, and it's just one of those stories that you can't play it out any differently.
Yeah, no, especially with like Thunder, who knows what she's doing in there.
Hold on.
I'm
muting 1 second.
Go do your thing. I'll talk to the people. We're live, pal. This is how it happens. But no, it's not that it's time, and I do need to put time aside to watch that kind of stuff and digest it because and I made a vow this year as things open up. I do want to go to more independent scout, look and see what other people do, competition in other towns and stuff. So I'm looking into that kind of stuff. So and that also includes watching other TV to know what's going on. Would you get a package on the air? Live unboxing?
Let's see what it is, bro. I know what it is.
Who's it from?
Amazon.
Oh, you should have lied and said
and then there's the important one.
You should have said it was from.
That's the biggest one. Yeah, who cares?
Cody Runnels. Huh? What could this be
I actually did one time get a PayPal
from Cody Runnels.
From Cody, and it said Cody Runnels, and I was like, "What the?" brother put extra in there too. He's a dude. Cody's a good brother.
Oh, that's when you did that filming for that children's book, right?
The children's book.
Yeah.
It's just nothing finished. Just a monopod for work.
Oh. You should have, in the note of the payment on PayPal, did he put, oh no, Cody, I was gonna make a Dustin Rhodes reference, damn. I was gonna say, you will remember the name of...
Stardust.
Oh yeah, he was Stardust.
Stop. Before I get fired, brother.
I loved Goldust, by the way, back in the day.
I love
Monopod.
I love also how I'm completely like...
Unboxing. It's an unboxing video. We could tag. Who's the company? We'll tag them in here.
Manfrotto.
We're gonna tag you guys.
Manfrotto is the best when it comes to tripods, monopods.
Nice.
They are the best company, and I will not trust my gear on any other company.
I wish I had something.
This would be. Ooh, there's a spike on this one too. So if we ever do anything back on the Jacksonville Jaguars field.
Oh, you can spike it into the grass?
I can spike it into the grass. There we go. Look at that.
I wish producers had gear we could show up. I need to basically brand my own version of clipboards. I need like a badass clipboard, you know?
Jericho had that.
Oh, that's right. He had the clip. I'm gonna make a clipboard. I'm gonna have it say the clipboard of chaos on there, and because that's all it is my notes are on just chaos.
Dude, Jericho on Austin's Broken Skull Sessions, fantastic.
Was it good?
There was straight up AEW talk on that.
Yeah, listen, it's got everybody curious what the hell, what's going on there. It's official. They're merged. They merged with AEW. AEW has already merged with Impact. New Japan bought everything out. New Japan owns the world.
News to me.
New Japan owns the world. That's what
New Japan owns the
The
world.
plot twist is New Japan bought everybody and they own everything. That's why I'm wearing this hoodie. but no, that's it. Yeah, that's the Alive talk. It was a fun time. I'm very proud of these shows. I'm so excited. Back on the 24th, live broadcast on the 24th for another 3-block set that will culminate on the 7th of May for the big show. Take No Prisoners on Fight TV, and we're actually, because we got a little more capacity leverage at Bourbon Street on the 7th, we got more capacity, but we're also going to tape a special Alive show, pre-show to Take No Prisoners. That's going to be fun. So another TV taping prior
There you
to,
go.
I don't know how that's going to work out, unless we're going to air it, right?
You're gonna be so tired.
I love it, dude. You know me, I do come alive. It's like wrestling. You like hate it, you love it.
Come alive.
You hate it.
Suicide. Still alive.
You hate it, but you love it.
Something.
Oh, look, I got my. I might still have the suicide mask in here. Where is it?
Yeah, like he has like a drawer
Oh, where's my suicide
of
mask?
suicide gear, guys.
I have the suicide.
Trent to suicide.
Trent aside. I had the mask that.
Trent aside. Swinger side. Nothing will ever beat swinger side.
I had a mask in here that I think it might be in a closet or in my drawer, but one of our listeners gave us. It was awesome. Slowpoke.
Yeah, I remember that, dude.
He gave me a full-on suicide replica mask. It was cool as shit. Trent aside. But
Trent aside.
Trent aside. Come
Still
on.
alive.
So yeah, dude, there's a lot going on. I mean, we got that the tape. I mean, literally, we're coming back from Rob's wedding. He's not going to be working the last couple of shows because he's on his honeymoon. But we come back like Monday, and then we got tapings at 24th. You know, that's it. So we're back taping like that weekend. Just a lot of shit, man. I'm psyched for it. By the way, Basil, I appreciate this. There is a taqueria near Gali, which is very fitting. You know, you've been in that one? It's like open super late.
Oh yeah,
I forgot the name of it. El Super Burrito, something like that.
Yeah,
you know, like,
bro.
dude.
Remember, dude. This place is 10 minutes down the street from me.
Oh, that's right. It's right. That place is dope, man. That is a good. That's like that had a Berwyn Taco vibe in the sense of like, cool after a show.
Man,
Nice.
after that CSW show I had a few weeks back.
Yeah.
First place I went to was
Berwyn
Berwyn Tacos, brother.
Man, for those who don't, I gotta take Mark to Berwyn Tacos when he comes here to visit. But yeah, man, it's definitely it was a fun little vibe because
There you
tacos,
go.
burritos are a must after wrestling shows.
Oh, of course.
Like Arturo's, I miss going to Arturo's after shows too. Shit, there's so many good places, here,
Bro, the moment I don't even care if I'm working it or not,
man.
I will come to a Logan show just so we can all go to Arturo's after.
Yes, that would be nice. Let's do that for sure.
Trent, can Basil be on the review for the pay-per-view? Which pay-per-view?
I think he probably means Rebellion.
No.
Basil has been banned from everything Impact related.
guys, no.
Orders came down from Scott D'Amore himself, and he said, "Listen, guys, Basil is off everything related."
It was so funny. Me and Scott D'Amore were like joking around on Twitter about something, and some fan was like, "Scott's probably not happy with you right now," and it was funny because like 24 hours before, me and Scott were like face to face, hugging it out, like, "Yeah, dude, it was fun, blah blah blah, it's good times, all this shit." And I'm like, "We're like wrestling's never say never, all that shit."
Did you know, Bill? You know the suit jacket that Scott had ripped off of him by Eric Young, like the sport coat.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Bill has it.
Bill owns that now.
Of course, Bill owns it. Of course, Bill owns it.
Did Bill come to any of the AEW tapings? He didn't tell us anywhere he was. Bill is an anomaly.
Wait, Bill, where's Bill right now? Have you guys not heard from him?
I know he's in Florida. He was in Florida for indie shows. I don't know.
But have you guys? When was the last time you guys talked with him?
Mark can confirm in the chat. When was the last? I mean, it's been weeks.
Wait, he hasn't been on the show?
Well, no, he went down early for the Mania Week festivities. So he went down early, and that was it.
So he was on the week before, but he wasn't on last week's show.
No, No, even the week before. Did he make the week before? I can't remember.
I mean, he didn't tell me he was at AAW or AEW at all.
And he was, I think. He goes all the time.
If he goes and he doesn't even tell me, do you know who I saw at AEW on Wednesday? I saw Merle and his crew.
Get the fuck out of here. Merle is down there too.
So I'm walking a hard camera. I'm just minding my own business.
Yeah.
And then I just hear Basil, and I look up and I see the entire ring crew is there.
Okay, we gotta illustrate the ring crew. The ring crew, the Midwest ring crew. Number one, you can't miss them. But this is a cast of characters, man. You're talking. This is a faction. Like they are a faction that it's Motley Crue, man. It's Motley Crue. They're cool as shit, but they're kings of rings, man. Like these guys know what they're doing, but they are visually, it is like the craziest carnival crew, and they're awesome. Did you know Mance did that ring crew for a while?
Yeah.
Manser said he was working that Merle's ring crew back in the day when he was a punk before he got in the business. Like, oh damn, really?
Brother.
I'm like, look at that. Setting up AAW rings when nobody knew you. When he was a kid, can you move that turnbuckle? Can you tighten that rope already? To like, damn, you're so cool. Can I
damn, you're so cool.
Dude, you're so cool. Can I produce your promo? Like, that's crazy. I didn't know he was like, there's like
amazing.
Somebody put up a screen grab and they saw him in the background, like working ring crew of
so cool.
I think IWA show. I was like, what the fuck? He was part of that crew. But you never know. That's why be nice to everybody. Be nice to your ring crew. Be nice to the crew.
Be nice to everybody.
Just be nice to everybody at a show.
In general. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're first on the card, last on the card. You are in that cooler spot. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, be nice to people. It's not hard, guys. Like, it's so much more rewarding to, even if you don't like that person.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it doesn't matter. Like, you're at work, be professional. Yeah. If you don't like that person, just say hi, and that's it. Move on. Don't talk about that person. Don't do it. Don't spread rumors. It's not worth it. It's so much nicer to not have to worry ever about, oh, somebody said this about you or somebody said that about you. It's like, who cares?
Who cares? I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you who it was off air, but because I don't want to get that dirt slung around. But don't be like the girl at Shimmer who, when Jerry Lynn came to watch a Shimmer show to offer advice, gave this girl advice as she came through the curtain, and then she looked at him and said, I don't know who you are, so I'll have to listen to you. And I was like,
Spain found the Scott D'Amore tweet. What this is?
Did he?
He went. I get a notification. I was like, when was the last time I said this? A month ago, or 2 weeks ago. I said, give him a break. We all know you're the face of Team Canada. Because it was when the Impact account was like making fun of Scott.
Well, the face he was making and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't be like the person who shunned Jerry Lynn because she didn't know who he was, quote unquote. So I don't have to listen to you. Yeah, don't be that person. By the way, that person is a star on TV right now, but don't be that person. You don't want to be.
Boy.
Yeah.
Jerry Lynn's a saint.
He is a saint. And if Jerry Lynn tells you advice, you listen to it. You don't tell him, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to listen to you. But I don't know. But I'll tell you who that is.
All right. Bet.
But what else? Anything else?
That's about it. I mean, there's nothing going on new this week. Mm-hmm. This is a nice off week for me.
It's the recovery week for everybody.
Recovery week. I'm finishing up some my last edits, and then I'm gonna do some streaming this week. So that's gonna be fun. We got AEW Dark tomorrow at 7/6 Central on YouTube. We got AEW Dynamite this Wednesday at 8/7 Central on TNT. Like I said, a lot of good matchups. Statlander makes her return. We've got
That means Statlander may also be making her return to the Midwest because she's holding on some gold, brother, that Allison Kay apparently really wants. Put it that way. Allison Kay wants that fucking gold, man. She was very adamant.
She wants the gold, baby.
Have they fought ever? Have they had a match?
Let's go. I'm gonna go in cage match.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't think so because Statlander and Allison are kind of just like
they've been I'm sure that shit they must have crossed. Wait, did Statlander ever work Shimmer? I don't remember ever hearing about her out here back in the day. I can't remember her working out here and Shimmer. Maybe she has. I didn't really pay that close of attention to this year. But Kay and Statlander are going to be great because Kay's here. She's in AAW. She proclaimed that's the one title she hasn't gotten that she wants. So
yeah, they wrestled.
Did
Hold on.
they wrestled They didn't wrestle at AEW because Kay did a little stint, right? She did a couple matches at AEW.
Yeah, they 2017.
Oh, it's been a while then.
And then yeah, this is December 2017.
Mhm.
It seems like they're old, and this is when Statlander was like a baby in wrestling.
Yeah, she hasn't been around that long, so
No.
that's gonna be a fun match, man. When that happens at some point, that's gonna be cool as shit. 'Cause I think those two can go for sure. I'm excited about that. Kay made a good point. She goes, well, last time I was here, you didn't even have a women's title. So I was like, yeah, shit, she got a good point.
True.
So,
True.
and she's been there for a long time. She's been on and off with us for a while. So I'm excited about her coming back. But well, yeah, dude, it's gonna be we're off to the races, and I couldn't be more excited. I think we're all fired up. We got new crew working on stuff. We got a great producer who works with New Japan, who's doing our production. So we got a great producer working with us now. I mean, we got a lot of stuff cooking. There's a reason AAW was the indie. This was the star maker indie for the industry. And you're gonna see it again. I'm beyond excited for the new talent. That to me is the biggest thrill because I just love working with the hungry talent because they want to try new things. They're up for stuff. By the way, have you heard of these guys? Is it Axel, Rico, and Rico? Is it Rico Suave?
Rico Suave, yeah.
Rico Suave and
CSW.
Axel. Right. Axel, Rico, and Rico Suave. These guys are great. They cut a great promo. Holy shit! I was like,
they got some good personality to them.
They do, man. I talk about some random ass like hidden talent. I was so impressed with those guys too.
Yep.
But good stuff. Let's start wrapping up. But that's it, guys. So catch AAW Alive. This episode 6 is going to be this Saturday on Twitch, twitch.tv/AAW Pro, and then back again live on the 24th for the next set of tapings. I believe limited seating opening or is open. Go check it out. AAW Pro on Twitter, all the seating updates. If you want to attend live, there's limited capacity, but you might be able to get in if something opens up. We're letting all the season ticket holders RSVP first. Once those are accounted for, whoever's not comfortable coming, those seats come available. So go check that out. By the way, Matt Spain, were you at the show? I thought he was going to be at the show. I didn't see Matt Spain. Nobody came up to me.
It was the day before Easter.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, where was Matt Spain with the delicious baked goods for Easter? By the way, Easter, Gino and his wife show up to the show. You won't believe this. A big box. I'm talking like big fucking refrigerator box full of made Easter baskets for the entire crew, for the boys and girls in the back. I'm like Easter baskets. He's like, is it cool if I bring this for the boys and girls? I was like, yeah. I'm like, does crew get some of that shit too? He's like, well, we made it for the boys. I'm like, all right, Gino, I know. I'm like, I see how it is, but go ahead and give it to the because Manta really wants to go on a fucking Easter egg hunt right now, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
No, it's cool. Super nice. Red Bulls, everything. They are the best. But yeah, so go check that out, guys. Stay tuned to AAW Pro on Twitter. That's where all the breaking news starts. So check that out. Basil, any plugs for show wise?
No, I mean I did it. AEW, AEDubs, AA dubs, all the AA dubs.
The dubs. Get your personal plugs.
The All Elite, the All American. Get all the wrestlings that you can.
Your Elite Americans.
Elite American Wrestling. It's EAW.
EAW.
EAW. It's in this game.
By the way, Nate's in the chat, and he confirmed that Statlander has only worked one Shimmer show, Mania weekend, not in Chicago. That's right.
That was New Orleans?
Nolans.
Nah, dude. Man, That weekend was so epic.
I wish I went. I have big regret not going to that weekend.
Oh, dude, the best, dude, that was the best. That was seriously the best. Like that Mania itself, everything was great Mania weekend that weekend.
Damn, just the fun you all had down there. My favorite story, if I can share a story on that one, is
yeah, be my guest.
This is a great one. When so Mike and Danny, owners of AAW, are down there, and they were meeting up with there was like WrestleCon was going on, and they talked to Shane Douglas, and Shane's like, they're like, Shane, can we get in? Because it's expensive to get in a WrestleCon, and they're like, dude, Danny's like, we've employed half of these people. I'm not paying $300 to get into this thing. And Shane's like, meet me outside by the door. And so like he's like going to the bathroom. He goes, it's like Mike, Shane, and Danny going to a bathroom. And like Shane just like gives them passes. And Mike's like, what are we doing over here? It was like a legal drug deal. I'm going to fucking WrestleCon. He's like, don't tell anybody about this. He's like putting like passes on him. He's like, don't give us away. He's like, just get him. He's like, all right, come on in. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is WrestleCon. This isn't a narcotics like transaction.
It's so good.
I was like, this is hilarious. But good old Shane Douglas. I love me some Shane Douglas. But all right, Basil, where's your personal plugs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BZ. That's B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y. Photos can be found on AEW social media. It's AEW on Twitter, All Elite Wrestling on Instagram. YouTube for Dark and Dark Elevation is youtube.com/AEW. And yeah, that's it. Just AEW bookings for right now. Nothing. I'm not taking anything else for a little bit with Ramadan coming up tomorrow. So,
all right, cool.
Where could they find you, Trent?
Guys, give me a Trent Zuberi on Twitter. Also, the Total Nonstop Impact podcast, which is throwbacks and the post show for Impact and Access TV every Thursday night. We do that, so go and join that. This show is also available at on all audio platforms: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Actually, Basil, I told Alexa to play Backstage Boys podcast, and she's like, playing Backstage Boys podcast with special guest Daniel Spencer from last show. So that was pretty awesome. So go and get that, guys. Rate, review, and subscribe, please. Twitch.tv/the BSB show, YouTube.com/the Backstage Boys podcast. Also, the social medias: Facebook and Twitter at the BSB show, Instagram at the Backstage Boys pod. To go ahead and give us a follow on all of those. We appreciate all the love on those. We're getting more frequent with the Instagram too, so we appreciate all the love on there. And definitely, please, guys, if you are on YouTube, Twitch, give us a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free sub a month to any Twitch channel. So, if you have free ones to use, make it the Backstage Boys podcast. Please. We appreciate that. And yeah, join the network. Well, eventually, as time permits, we'll start doing other like shorts and maybe this is the main show, the main long form show. We'll do just a little, we have conversations on the phone sometimes. I'm like, why don't we just throw us in the podcast?
Me and Trent will just randomly call each other, and then 45 minutes is gone, and we don't even know what we talked about.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So it's
at 4 a.m.
That was nuts. That was nuts.
Hey man, are you up?
You're up. I'm like, actually, I am up.
Okay, I'm calling.
But so we'll start doing some short run pods if we're hanging around anyway. Let's throw them on here. So stay tuned for that. Just we definitely want to get more stream numbers and stuff like that going on. So that'll be kicking up at some point, especially with more shows going on too. There'll be more reason to do it.
Yep.
But and then prowrestlingtees.com/Backstage Boys, guys. T-shirts are up. Go grab yourself a T-shirt. I'm sure they'll have a sale coming up like any day now. So, like, I love when they do like the random sale. The email go. It's like sale from now until
tomorrow at 3 p.m.
and that's it. It's like what the fuck? It's like
I actually gotta go on Wednesday to go pick up some orders.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do have to get our new shirt. I want to get our new shirt. I still have to get a copy of that, and then a couple other things too. So, but yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back next week. You want to announce next week's guest, or is that not?
He said Wednesday is the next sale. Mark just said.
Did he really? Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday's the next sale. Amazing.
There it is. So
Yeah,
till
next
Wednesday.
week's guest, guys, we are gonna have a very good friend of mine, a very good bud. Some of you guys know what that means. We're gonna have BMD on the podcast next week. Reason why we're gonna talk a little bit different aspects. How have wrestlers adjusted with this pandemic? What have they done to keep themselves relevant? What have they done to make sure they're staying in the fans' eyes and keeping them entertained and giving them reasons to come and watch them back when wrestling comes back? Because right now, wrestling for Canadian wrestlers is very hard right now.
They're stuck. Yeah. If they're not with a major company, they're stuck, man. They're landlocked.
Yep. So very excited for next week's pod.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That perspective pods are my favorite because it's like, I like to know how other people are essentially surviving without backing of a major company or, work visas. It's a tough time, man. I mean, it's opening now, but it's still a tough time. It's not easy yet. So it's good perspective. Stay tuned for next week. We'll talk some Canadian independent wrestling and how that's all working out. So, other than that, Basil, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, that has been episode 88. We appreciate you guys hanging out. But thank you very much. Definitely join Mark, who's in the chat, and myself for the TNI throwback tomorrow night. We're talking to NWA TNA number 64 and the post show on Thursday. So come hang out. That's the next time I'll be live. Basil, you doing any kind of game stream? You want to plug your Twitch real quick?
Yeah. It's the same thing, but there's an extra E because some asshole for some reason has this Twitch handle who never uses it. Still
never used.
Never
uses petition that shit.
I would. I tried. But yeah. So I'll be playing hopefully some Outriders tomorrow. I'll be playing tomorrow night. That's a new game that's out, and then Thursday, the Among Us. That's with BMD's in there. Matt Spain plays with us. And then we'll sometimes play some Dead by Daylight afterwards, like for in the later hours of the night. And then I don't know, just whatever else is random on there. So none of it's planned. My Twitch is horrible. I make like $5 a month off of it. Whatever.
$5.
No, it's a little bit more than $5, but yeah, you know what I mean.
$6.
$6. $6.50.
Nice. Well, thank you guys, everybody. Cheered bits and all that stuff. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Hang out with us, individually for the rest of the week on our other projects. We'll be back here next Monday, around the same time, maybe a little earlier.
Probably a little bit earlier next week.
Yeah, a little bit earlier next week. We'll let you guys know with enough advance. So keep tuned to the BSB show on Twitter. That's where all the announcements will go on.
Oh, snap.
What's up?
RK Shuttleworth with the 100 bits at the very end right there. Look at you.
Thank you, RK, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Nice. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe. Stay warm, or stay cool if you're in Florida. Man, I heard Florida's beautiful. God damn, it's still cold. I'm in hoodies. It's hoodies up here, guys. But all right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night, everybody, and see ya.
Bye.